I'll make a start. Right. I've got 2 males and a female that I've got coming through, right? Now, the one male and the female are connected together, so they're married, I think. But the other male, I think, is a grandfather link, but I think he's been over a fair while. He's been over a long time, okay?
Yeah.
Now, he hasn't said anything yet. He's just stood there. I think he's waiting for approval to come through. Don't know why, but he is. But I've got... This is grandma and granddad together, so I've got both sets. Right.
Yeah.
Do you know where the name Kim comes in?
Yeah.
Because I need to acknowledge a Kim.
Yeah.
And I need to say that I need to send a lot of love around Kim at the minute. I don't know what's going on. It's not my business. Don't know who she is. But I need to send a lot of love around her at the minute. I just feel like there's a bit of up and down, a bit like a roller coaster, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I need to give that to Kim. That name was straight off that. I was quite impressed with that. They gave me that straight away. Right. Do you have anything else? Any more names? Anything you want to say? Grandad is like trying to hold your hand. So I'm assuming that you were close to Grandad and... Right, what are you telling me? You were there when he went. Grandma went first.
Yeah.
Right, that's fine. Do you know where the name... I know it's an M. Just give me a minute. I want to say like a Madge or a Marge or something. Does that make sense? Yeah? Because I need to acknowledge that. So I need to acknowledge this lady. This lady's in spirit. So I need to acknowledge this lady. Okay? Right. Okay. He's also shouted Pam.
Okay.
Do you know where the name Pam comes in? Pam.
No.
But it's like a Pam. That sort of name. I'm saying Pam, it's like a Pam. That's what I've got. That's what it sounded like to me. I need to give you that, okay?
Okay.
Right. Right, if you come closer and don't turn round, I'll probably be able to understand you a bit better, love. She's having a wander. It's like she's trying, and she's like, oh look, and I'm like, no, God, just come here. Right. She took him over to the other side when he went. She was waiting for him on the other side because she says thank you to you. And there's somebody else she's acknowledging and saying thank you to, but at the minute I can't quite get that name. But she's acknowledging you and somebody else because you saw him off and she took him over.
Yeah.
Okay? Oh, he's trying to give me a drink. And I can smell whiskey and I don't like it.
I knew you were going to say that.
You know when you just want to... I just don't...
Yeah.
I don't do whiskey. I don't do alcohol, to be fair. It's very rarely I have a drink anyway, but neat whiskey is like no for me. But he's been kind, so I have to... I have to acknowledge it. Right. Just give me a yes or a no. You know how I work. I don't want information from you.
Yeah.
Has something changed recently in your life?
Yeah.
Because I feel like she's telling me that it's a good change.
Yeah.
Okay? And I also feel like what she's saying is now you can be you.
Yeah.
Okay? I feel she's making me feel now like she's putting it on me so I can feel it myself. But I feel like your confidence has been knocked for a long time. And I feel like you get to a certain point and you start to feel good about yourself, or you start to feel good at what you're doing. But then there's that one little, we'll say person, because it's going on a link, so we have to be careful. That one little person that will say one thing and you tumble down. But what they're doing is they're saying it because they know you're going to tumble down that ladder.
Yeah.
So that it puts them above you on a ladder. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's what she's making me feel like at the minute, but she's saying it's good what's happened. Right. I also feel like there's been some kind of break in the family. And I feel like sometimes breaks, even though they can come back together, they can never be properly healed because there's too much gone under the bridge. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
So I have to give you that as well. I don't know who she's shouting at here. Behave, John. Behave. I'm like,
that sounds exactly like her.
I'm like, who? I don't know. What you doing? Behave, she said. Behave, John. Behave yourself. He's trying to do something that I think's quite funny or sarcastic. And she's like, be on your best behaviour. Stop it.
That sounds exactly like them, yeah.
Honest to God, it's like, you know, I'm a medium. I'm not a marriage counsellor. God, I can imagine them. They fought like cat and dog, but they won't be without each other.
Yeah.
Blood, she wore trousers though, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Because she's still wearing them now. She's keeping him in check. God. So I'm presuming John is your granddad?
Yeah.
There we go. That's who it is there. That's who she's shouting at. Behave, she's going, behave yourself. God. Oh. Your other granddad stepped forward.
Yeah.
And he's given me the name Kim, which I've already said.
Yeah.
And he's acknowledging a Kim.
Yeah.
And I need you to tell her that he's around her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know Kim is. It's not my business, but I know she's connected with you because this male has come forward and said I'm with her.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got that name again, like a Pam name. And I don't know who's shouting, if it's Grandad 1 or Grandad 2 with your nana. I don't know who. I've literally just got that name shouted. If you can't place that name now, it might come to you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It might come to you and you can always listen back. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
That's fine. I also need to say I'm going to call him number 1 Grandad because he's on his own up there. Well,
Yeah.
he's come through on his own, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say from number 1 Grandad, he's always been around, even though he hasn't been there, and he's sorry for the way things turned out, because I feel he's making me feel like if he hadn't have passed over when he did, things might have been different.
Yeah.
And he's sorry for that.
Yeah.
And he's saying that there's a male on the earth plane who looks like him.
Oh.
Right? There's a male who looks like him. I don't know who it is. I can't get that name, but I just feel as though there's a male that looks like him and he's acknowledging it, okay? Right. God almighty, she's just randomly stood there and said, I couldn't do her job, you know. I'm like, I don't even know what she does, you know what I mean? It's not my place. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it, mate. I couldn't sort all them people out, mate. She goes, I'd just go mad. I'd just tell them straight. I couldn't. And it's like she's trying to say, basically, she'd tell them straight and you're not allowed to in the job you do.
Yeah.
Okay? That's fine.
Yeah.
That's as long as you know what she's on about.
Yeah.
Now she's rambling on about how if things have happened in her day, certain people would have just got a clip around the bloody ear and they'd have just got a smacked ass or something, but they can't do that now, can they? And it's like, no, they can't, unfortunately.
No.
It doesn't work like that. Oh God, she's on one today. She's on one. I feel for him. I really do. Bless him. There's no escape now, is there? There's no escape.
Oh no.
There's no escape. Do you know who a Brian is?
Yes.
Brian. I'm saying Brian, but it's like a Brian. It's like, it sounds mad, but how I've got it is like a Brian. So it's like, because it's spirit, it comes and goes. So it's like, I'm saying
Yeah,
Brian.
yeah.
I'm hoping I'm right. Brian's with him.
Yeah.
In spirit.
Oh no, maybe it's not the one I'm thinking of then.
Because there's one that's in spirit and it's a Brian. And the reason I'm saying that is because I don't know if it's a friend or relation or what, but they've acknowledged it and they've literally, she's pushed him forward and he's gone, hello. And it's like they know this person, right? And he's come from spirit world on a little coach trip with them. You know, just for a day out, just for a ride out. And she's made him speak, and I don't know who he is. You probably might not know who he is, but I have to acknowledge him.
I don't think I do.
Right, so there you go. We have a. That's fine. It's absolutely fine. You know, just bring them through. You're all right. Just keep them coming. God. Right. Are you connected to a little boy? Here?
Yeah.
Do you have a little boy yourself?
Yeah.
Right, that could be who she's on about then. Because I feel as though your little boy is quite good at something, and she's saying he's much like you. His confidence needs to be built up a bit, and he needs to be encouraged more to do it.
Yeah.
But she's quite taken with this little boy. So I feel as though if she was here, he'd have a close relationship with her. Because I feel like there's some kind of connection with them. There's something about them, this is going to sound mad, but there's something about them that's very similar. I don't know what it is, but there's something about them that's similar. The difference is, your nan, the impression I get from her is, she didn't need no encouragement, because she'd just do it anyway.
Yeah.
But your little one just needs that little bit of a push. And that's what she's acknowledging. Right. Okay. She's also saying that she knows that you're going away, but she thinks she might come with you because it sounds like it's a nice place.
That's fine, she can come.
Yeah, please take her. Please take her. God. Right. Your granddad's just told me that the drink I'm drinking's no good for me because it's fizzy water. And it's no good for me, is it? I need something else. I'm like that. No. They're on form. I'll tell you now, right? They're on form, and it's like, I feel as though when Grandad passed over, I know when people die, they are weak. And they are, because they're past the spirit, don't they? So the body's giving and everything. But I feel as though as soon as his body gave in, his soul just lived. He revived. And it's like them two up there. It's like listening to Jack and Vera Duckworth.
Yeah.
Because they just go on at each other, but they idolise each other, and they're on cracking form together. And it's like I can feel your nana when she first passed over. She did come around you all, and she did, and she came around him quite a lot. But it was like, you know them necklaces with the two hearts, the two sides?
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
as though when he passed over, that just like connected, and then the necklace healed itself, and then it all lit up and set fireworks off, and everything. It was just like them two back together. It was like boom.
Yeah.
So they are happy. They are happy. The souls are back together. They are happy with that. Right. Don't know why, but I have to give you this. She's making me feel like you've got something coming up, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's an appointment or something, because as I say, darling, it's not my business. I don't need to know. It's, right? I'm just the channel between you both. But I feel as though it's something that you're quite apprehensive about. It's like, you can do it deep down. You can do this and go and do it. But there's still that part of you that's holding you back.
Yeah.
But I feel as though what she's saying is, you held his hand at the bad time. She's going to hold yours.
Yeah.
So whatever you're doing, her soul will be with you, spirit will be with you. But I also feel like now these two are back together, that you've possibly heard something or felt something where you are in your home. And I don't just believe that's you, darling. I believe that there's other members of your family. Because as I said before, when their energies came back together, it was like a firework went off. It was like, get in, we're back together. And you can just imagine everybody in spirit world who knew him when he got up there, and they all went, oh shit, because it was like, you know what I mean? It's like God. Yeah. But the bickering, they're actually stood bickering. She's bollocking him. Ooh. Right. In my mind's eye, what I've got is, this is just unbelievable. He tried to sly a pack of fags out of his pocket. Right. And she's bollocked him for it. And he's put them back in his pocket. And it's as though to say, you can't have a fag because it's mad. You know when you do something important and you talk to somebody who you feel's important, and you can't have a fag in front of them, can you? Because it's not very professional. That's what she's doing, and it's like, put him away. You're not up. Get him back in there. So I'm presumably like to fag because he's got some fags with him. Yeah. Oh, he did. Right. I feel like there's something, I don't know if it's a ball, right? I don't know if it's like, I don't know what it is, but there's something like a ball. And I feel this ball's moved. And you've questioned, has your little boy moved it? Has somebody moved it? Has something happened? What's gone on? But there's something moved, and it's like a ball shape. I don't know what it is. I can't get any more from him. But I need to give you that. So again, you can always look back and think about it. But I do feel like there's something, it's like a round ball shape and it's moved.
Right.
Okay. Right. I don't know why she's telling me to tell you this, but I have to. But I have to tell you that you need a new kettle.
No, I don't know why either.
Remember I've said it, because she's adamant you need a new kettle. Don't know why. She's like, give her this. Like, she can buy her own, she's not your man. But yeah, she's adamant you need a new kettle. Right. I've got the month of April to give you.
Yeah.
Which we're in now. But I've also got to take you back to the month of February.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a remembrance thing as well. I need to give you that. And is it you that bites your nails?
Yeah.
Because I have to bollock you for biting your nails. Do you know, she's making me do all this horrible work, isn't she? She's making me feel like I'm a right nasty pasty, and she's saying all this, and it's like, but it's like, I don't say no to her because it's like, I'm scared of her. I'm like that. No, it's all right. Yeah, okay, I'll do it. Honestly, she's a bugger, but she's funny. She does make me laugh.
Yeah.
I think what makes me laugh about her is she's a typical nana, isn't she? She is.
Yeah.
Because she's like so loving, and she is, and she loved you all, and she did. But she was the disciplinarian.
Yeah, yeah.
And your granddad was the one that you all went to when Nana said no. And Grandad said yes, but Nana had to say no because it was only right Nana said no because you weren't allowed it. But, you know, Grandad let you have it, and then Nana looked bad, and then them two started bickering even more and started an argument.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm just trying to get the cards going. Because when I've had them in me box thing, it sounds mad, but because of the weather, it's cold on a morning, isn't it now? It's like, I've been defrosting my car and everything on a morning, and for some reason they seem to get a bit sticky, clumped like together, so I have to keep giving them a shave. I've just flung half of them. Right there. Right, I'm gonna get these cards out. Oh, guess who's going first? Dear me. But what I get from her is, even though the bicker and the fight like cat and dog, by God, she adored him, and she still does. She used to always make sure you had tea on the table and stuff. She always used to make sure you was looked after and everything, and she said what she's saying is she felt she didn't like leaving him when she passed over because she didn't want him to be on his own, but obviously she had to go. It was her time to go.
Yeah.
So she's got that love inside as well to her. She really has got that love inside, and I can imagine her being very warming to people. It's like, I feel as though as well, if you went round to her house, she'd make you very welcome, and you'd have a cup of tea or you'd have something else. And she's also making me aware that there was other kids that thought of her as like a nana. So I don't know if she was like the nana of the street and took everybody else's kids in. I don't know. But I feel like a lot of people warmed to her. And she's also saying that a lot of people, sort of when she passed over, there was a lot of people actually remembered her, and it made her quite taken back because it was like, wow, all these people talking about me and things. So yeah, she's a cracker of a woman. She really is a cracker of a woman. She's lovely. I'm just waiting for her to choose a card now. I mean, I don't know what she was like on Earthplane, but Jesus Christ, girl, we're on a time limit here. That one, right, that's your first one. She's chosen that, so I'm going to get Grandad number 2 to choose your second, and then the other Grandad who's still standing there, I'll get him to choose your third, and then they've all done one. That one, right, so 1, 2, right, come on then. Thank you. My fingers tingle when I know it's the right one. That one. I get weird sensations. Sometimes I get tingling, sometimes I get a cold thing, but I've got a tingling today. So, we're alright. Right, you know how I do this. I'm going to photograph these and I'll send you them along with the link when I've uploaded it. Angel of Past Issues. She's drawn you this card because she's proud of you.
Yeah.
And she says it doesn't cost me nothing to say that, you know. I'm like, all right then, chill your beans. Bless her. She's proud of you because you've overcome a lot. And a lot of it's emotional. There's a lot of emotional hurt, and there's a lot of, as we said before, I know somebody's knocked your confidence and stuff, but I also feel throughout your life that you've always been one of these people who do anything to help anybody, and you've got no malice in you, if that makes sense, but you always seem to fall in with the wrong people. It's like you think somebody's a friend and they aren't. You think a boyfriend's nice and he's not. You think you've got a good neighbour and you find out that, I don't know, Pablo Escobar and they've got a bloody cellar full of cocaine. Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of thing. But she's proud of you because you've overcome something that's happened and you're starting to find yourself and you're starting to move on. And she's saying it will take time and what's happened will come back to you and it will sometimes affect you in different ways, but she's like, keep going, girl, keep going, you've got this. So that's what she's giving you that card for. Right, Grandad number 2, Angel of Comfort. He's giving you that card because he's like the male on this card.
Yeah.
When you see the card, you'll know what I mean.
Yeah.
The male angel, there's a male angel and he's got his arm around a lady and he's looking after her. And I feel that's what he's doing for you. I feel like he did it on Earth Plane and he's doing it now. You've done it for him and that's what he's thanking you for. You did it for him at the end and you comforted him and he's thanking you for that, but now he's comforting you because you need it. You need his love and you need his support. And even though it's not here physically, in the physical form, it's around you a lot. His energy is around you a lot. And he's that's why he's done that card. He just wants you to know that he is around you. He really is. And Grandad number 2, no, 1, 2, 1, what, the other one, anyway. Angel of New Beginnings. I love that card, mate. It's a lovely card. It is a new beginning for you. It's a new chapter in your life. There's a new chapter and there's a new beginning coming. And what he's saying is, only you can take that foot through that door and start that new chapter and do it right. And learn. That word is so prominent with him. Learn from what's happened. Learn with this, learn with that. And he said, and it's like, you have learnt a lot and don't go down that same path again. Find who you are and start again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does,
right.
Definitely.
I'm going to stop this recording.